What's up, YouTube? Back with another video. LA Mamba. It is Thursday, August 25, 2022. I'm here to talk about the tire shop business. I love the tire shop business, and I've done this my whole life, so I can help you out with things that I recommend, I don't recommend, and let's get going. So I want to always I want to say again that said it in like the last video, I believe it was the last one, that you know, I love the tire shop business, and I also love other types of businesses too, and I do other things. That if you follow my channel, you see that I love real estate, investing, and I have a passion for cars, but cars is just for me, you know, like this is just like a side, you know, something I like to do when I'm not busy and stuff like that. But when it comes to owning multiple tire shops, just think about this. I love the tire shop business. It's my main business. I've done it my whole life since I was a kid, and I know a ton of people that own tire shops also here in SoCal. And the reason, well, I want to say this. You see my stuff, and you know, like, I'm very experienced. So why, and I have, you know, extra money that I can play with when it comes to investing in other things. So why won't I open up another tire shop? I'm talking about just at least another one, so make it two, right? I have one, but why don't I just open another one, right? If I'm so good at it, and I already have all the connections, I can keep buying tires. I mean, if I open up a nearby shop, everybody knows my shop, so I would have instant customers, right? And I would, but why don't I do it? Why doesn't LA Mamba open up another tire shop? Well, because there is this thing that that happens. So like, that works and that doesn't work is what I'm trying to say. So what works always, you know, of course, if you work actually, but if you own your main business, let's say your bread and butter, right, your foundation, you work hard, like many hours in it, you know, you're there pretty much. You're not like, you know, at the restaurants kicking in and stuff like that, like all the time, right? Like, I'm talking about you're actually working. So that business is gonna succeed. Whatever you do, you have a passion for it, you love it, you treat the customers right, you put good prices, you know what you're doing, you know how to sell, it's gonna succeed. So that first bread and butter business is gonna happen. So then, oh, I want to do a second one, right? So the first one is active. Now the second one, I'm talking about what works, is if you go passive. So an example, you buy property and then you fix it up and then you rent it out, and then you have, like, let's say 2 units, 3 units, 4, 5, 6, whatever it is, whatever you want to handle. It works because you have a passive business, or business inside the real estate. You know, real estate investing, you own you buy the property, you own it, and what you run inside the property is your business. Containers, I do containers, I rent out equipment, you know, a lot of things like that. The limos, you see the limos in the back, that's like a side business, like in a way passive, because I'm not driving the limos. I just book the jobs, like I wash them here, like I'm about to do a little later, but and then, you know, someone handles the job, you know, I pay them, and I get paid by the customer, and it works. Just an example, U-Hauls, you know, those kind of like a passive thing in a way. You don't have to always like maintenance them and, you know, chase them down when they steal them. And like I got one stolen like about a month ago, But I don't do none of that stuff because the U-Haul company does all that stuff. But what about a second tire shop? You know, out of everything I just mentioned, another tire shop will be much more profitable than all those things, or a lot of those things, when you compare unit by unit, right? So instead of buying a house, you buy a tire shop. Just an example. Oh, it costs the same amount. Let's just say, right? You say you put 100 grand, and let's say you can start a shop with 100 grand. Let's just say. But the thing is that, you know, there's a lot of problems with that. Like not being there, it's you know, it's a whole different ball game. It's like, I already said the other videos what could happen. I don't want to repeat it over and over, but that's just something I always come across. And a lot of customers too, they tell me, hey man, you guys are badass, you guys are always packed, and you guys know what you're doing. I go to other shops, they're fucking up my shit, and I always come for you guys for years, and you never fuck up, and it's always on point and all that stuff. So how come you guys don't do it? You're really good, man. I'm like, yeah, another shop, dude. That's another active business. I'm gonna be there. So then, you know, you have a lot of things that's going to go wrong. It's not that's gonna potentially go wrong. That's going to go wrong. More bad than good. And so, like, I say this because I know a lot of people that have done it, and I'm talking about the people that are not there. I'm not talking about people that have family members in there. I'm talking about people that own it and had a manager in it. And now, I know what's going on, and so, like, I see a lot of them close down their other shops. They close them down, they're gone, they're down to just one on purpose. Not that the cash flow was bad when it comes to, like, the customers, you know, buying tires and stuff like that, services. It's not that, because, you know, a tire shop is fucking always busy, you know. But the management side, it's like, it's a mess. It's a complete disaster. So then, again, why doesn't LA Mama open up a second one? Well, because it's a freaking disaster if you do that. And all my business that I run, everything is going great, perfect. I can open up, for example, other stuff like I like. For example, I mentioned it before. I really like the insurance business. I like Allstate company. You can build a agency, and you don't have to be there. Reality, because if you get a main manager, because you're just handling people, there's nothing they can steal. They just gotta push the people to sell, right? They just gotta push the people to sell. But again, that's an expensive buy though. You're talking about, to go in, you buy a book of business, you're talking about like 500,000. But it works though, like something like that works really good. But when it's something like very, like, you know, high, how you say it, when it comes to high inventory and all that stuff, man, it's a disaster. So that's why I do not recommend opening up a second tire shop or third or fourth. I've seen what happens over and over with these guys who have done it. It works for a little bit, and then they close down, and that's it. It just doesn't work. And who knows? Like, I didn't get the stories in between what happened, like, through the whole, let's say they have open for 4 years. What happened in those 4 years? And did it go, like, you know, did it go bad from the beginning, or did it work pretty decent in the beginning, or was it just bad the whole way? So, you know, this is just my opinion. This is what I see since I was a little kid. And me very involved in my business. I'm here 6 days a week. We're closed on Thursdays. As you can see, we're closed. And I love this business. And man, if it worked great, like, oh yeah, I opened up a second shop and everything's going good, people are trustworthy and all that, I would have done that years ago before I got into real estate. But I'm glad I got into real estate investing. I got some deals going on. It's going great. And I love doing passive and active. It's like you have your right and your left to fight instead of just your right. Here we go. I guess if you want to open up a tire shop, I guess you have like 2 right hands there, right? 2 right arms and shit. Nah, I'm saying. So here we go. I got some viewers asking me about questions about if I can make some videos regarding some things. First one is Tpms. They're asking about the Tpms. How does that work? I'll talk about it right now. I don't have a card to show you how to do it, but I'll be detailed with it so you understand. Another thing is like how to dismount and mount like 19.5s, the heavy duty tires for the Isuzu trucks, the box trucks. I made a video dismounting 17.5s a while back. That is exactly like 19.5s, just so you know. But I know people want to see that size. I know how it is. Like, even though it's the same thing, people want to see that size be happening. Not just like, oh, it's very similar. It is the same thing, but I'm just saying, like, it's 17.5s that I did the videos on, and people want to see the 19.5. I'll do the 19.5s whenever we did some yesterday. I got some callers right now that want to bring one for to later today. I should have just said yes to make the video. Nah, I don't want to work later, man. I want to rest, but yeah, all the time, I'm getting 19.5 jobs. Like I said, it's the same thing as 17.5 when it comes to dismounting and mounting. But here we go. For the Tpms system to put new sensors, to turn off that annoying light on the dash. So this is what happens. A customer comes in, the light is on. Hey, the light's on. It's been on for a long time. I know I don't have flat. Can you turn it off? I'm like, yes, I can definitely do that. Let me first start with checking the air. Check the air, and let's say it already had a good air, right? And I checked it and it was good, or let's say it was low and I put good air and now it's good. Driver side. So we're gonna go right here. This is your sensor. You get to get the machine and scan it. So let me just go to the next wheel. You scan it like this. See the whole screen? I'll show you the screen first. So this is start right here. Put it right here, and then you hit it. See how that's flashing? I don't know if you can tell, but it's flashing. And so like the rubber, it's easy for the signal to go through the rubber. It's not gonna be easy at all, like to go through a aluminum rim or a metal rim, and it's not gonna grab like this either because it's like so deep. But it's easy to go through a rubber. It's all this right here. It's like freely. You'll go through it. The signal will go through. So then here we go. We're gonna go back. That's the first one. It will beep. The second one, we go to the next to see the orange, the yellow. You go to the second one, and then you hit it again. It's gonna beep. You hit it. Make sure it goes to the third one right here. You're gonna hit it. It's gonna beep. You're gonna go to the fourth one. You're gonna hit it. It's gonna beep. And then once it beeps, then that means it's ready to upload. So this car was closed, but you're gonna go. You're gonna have the car in the on position. You're gonna have your cable connected to the OBD2. You get your machine connected to the cable. Then you push OK. And it's gonna take time to upload. It's gonna say downloading. And then once it uploads, it's gonna turn green. It's gonna say upload successful in green light. If it didn't work, it's gonna be on the red. It's gonna say transfer failed. So once transfer failed, then something happened. Like maybe the air pressure was off of the car, because this is supposed to be perfect. The air pressure should all be within 1 psi. Let me see if I can hit the limo, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let's see. So we're gonna go. This is a Chrysler. $300. This is a 2013. So let me just take one right here. All right, here we go. On here, you see the PSI. And then all here, you see where it says battery okay. See, that's the important part. So, first of all, it's gonna be on if it works fine. Like you see here, you see it's at 39.9 PSI. Second of all, you're gonna see that this is battery okay. So if it's battery low, then to me it's like, oh, you gotta change it already. Like it's gonna go out soon, and it might not work when you input it. Like I just showed you in the 69 Camaro, it might not work. Like it might say failed because it says low, and when it's low, it made it fail. In some cars, not all of them. See, everything is different. Every single car is so different, but it all goes to the same thing about how to use the machine and how to upload sensors and how to like make sure it works. So then if it says okay and then it uploaded but it didn't work, then and something could be off. Maybe like there was a instead of like having 4 sensors, maybe it has a 5th sensor, and you had to pick the option that says 5 sensors instead of 4 sensors. But that's the way the computer is programmed. So then you messed up by not putting the right option. Another thing could happen is that the car is so old and it doesn't line up with this machine that you have to upload it as a different year car, make and model, or it has to be uploaded as a newer car, same make and model. So again, all this is different, but how do you find out? I gotta call my company that I do the business with. When they have all the programs onto their database, and they'll tell me for that car, you upload it as a this year, and then this year make and model. You get it? So these things were made by people, companies, and they just make it to work, right? Most of them do work fine, but some, they made it work. So I just called the company right here. If you're around the area, that's them. But it's always like a challenge when it's like the harder, older vehicles. It's always a challenge. On the newer stuff, it's usually easy. So the older the car, the harder it is. They didn't have their shit together back then. As they got many years old, newer, they had it more easy systems, more universal, and so it became a lot easier to work on the newer car. So you see a new car pull up with Tpms broken, you're like, yes. If you see old car printed like 2010 or 2007, 2009, you're like, oh man, it's gonna be a freaking battle today. So that's pretty much it when it comes to the whole overview. Is you gotta scan them all, and then you upload with the cable onto the OBD2, and then you go from there. So now it's like, okay, now we do this, now that's, you eliminated that option, now you're gonna try it this way. But they usually tell you the steps, the company. Me that I know a little bit, you know, here and there, I'll try this, I'll try that, I'll try other options. Again, sometimes it won't work, you know. This is like, I don't know, almost 90% of the cars would work with this sensor, but that's why I have these other ones, different numbers. This will hit like a lot of different years, this has like a lot of different years, this has a lot of different years. And there's other types of sensors too. But for the most part, this is how it works. I don't want to get you confused, but for the most part, that's how it works. And that's how you know, okay, so money. So when it comes to charging, you know, each sensor I buy for like 25 bucks each from the company, and I charge 65 plus tax each. I can charge 75 plus tax each, whatever you want to charge. A lot of people charge more. I like to have like my prices based on how much things cost, not really like market value type of stuff, or like what you can charge. Unless it's really hard stuff, then yeah, I can charge. Like if it's one of the semis, that have TPMS systems, and you have to dismount the semi tire, 19.5 and put them on, and you can charge a lot more, $100. I charged that before, but for the most part, it's gonna be regular cars, Toyotas, Acura's, Nissans, Chevys, and it's the same process and everything, and they cost the same thing. So I charge, I like to charge 65 plus tax, and I get a ton of customers. I got a lot of customers coming, a lot of customers. They, oh, it's cheap to turn off. Oh yeah, they think about it like, oh, how much it is, and it's gonna cost you this much. We're putting in new tires. We can do it now. The tires are off. It's only this much. They think about it. 65 each one. Oh yeah, let's do it. Or it could be one sensor. It could be two sensors. Whatever they need. I check it. Maybe two of them are good, and maybe two are not. Like the last car, it was Escalade. His two were good. Or I was selling him two tires. So then I sold them while doing the job. Hey, let's do TPMS. All right, cool. Yeah, sounds good. Well, he sold himself, but you get what I'm saying. So two new tires plus two new TPMS. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for today. I want to make other videos if I have more time during this week, but I've been really busy with business, so that's why you haven't seen a lot of my videos recently. But things are going very good, and I'm here to help you guys out with whatever I can. If you have any more recommendations of videos I should do, how I do things, just comment on the comment section, and then I'll try my best to get it as soon as I can. But yeah, thanks everybody. Have a good night.